I just got a new iPhone 12 and I'm going to do a camera comparison between it and the new ultra wide camera and my budget DSLR with the kit lens and also like my kind of Fujifilm high-end mirrorless camera. The reason I first bought a camera was because the iPhone is like kind of not good enough to do drum videos. Every time you hit the bass drum, it's like all shaky and warbly. And so I'm wondering if the iPhone 12 is any better or if I can make it look better than my old iPhone XR. Mostly doing this for me, but also just going to throw it up on YouTube so you can see. And if you're looking to make videos, maybe this will help you in some regard. And so I'm going to go film all those clips and then I'll come back and talk about sort of what I'm seeing and if it's good or if it's no good and sort of what I think. Okay, so I just watched all those clips, and quite frankly, the iPhone footage looks like shit. It doesn't look very good. Now, to be fair, this room I'm in really doing no favors to the camera. The walls are black, the ceiling is black, there's no windows, so it's just lit by the lights in the back plus this big softbox I have. But that should be enough light to make it look okay, but it looks like just a smeary, flat, not good at all kind of image. Like it's just, and then I also had to refilm it because by default the iPhone 12 is in like Dolby HDR, and I put that in Final Cut and it looks tragic, and I couldn't fix it, so I just redid it without that on, and it looks better but still awful. So not great. Compared to the budget DSLR camera, that camera looks way better. It's still not that great. It's not super sharp. The baked in contrast was not great, but still a much more pleasing image. None of that jittery shakiness, just like a smooth image. Plus you have more control over the camera, so I was able to put, different lens on, manual focus, so that it was right and it wouldn't change. It's a lot more flexibility than like the stock iPhone camera app. And then the Fuji, that's way better. That's a way better image. And the colors on the Fuji were also way better, way more true to life. Like that's how the drum set actually looks. It looks like real life. The Canons and the iPhone do not look like real life at all. So another clip I'll put up, I put the lens that I was using on the Fuji onto the SL2, and that improved things. That looked a lot better because I was able to bring the ISO down, and that looked better, although it's still not super sharp. Like the Fuji's like very sharp. Very detailed in 4K. The SL2, it's only 1080p. Yeah, it's just not sharp. I also tried, because I was so dissatisfied with the iPhone footage, I tried using like the Moment Pro camera app just to see what the camera's doing, kind of lock it down, get a little more control. That footage also looks terrible. It came out with this like green, gross look. So although I was able to like control it, bring that ISO down, lock in the shutter speed, and kind of see like a more detailed representation of the image before I started filming, it still came out really bad. I did like the ultra-wide camera. I thought that would be useful. That's like a super wide perspective, so that could be handy. And I didn't notice as much jittering on that, probably just because it's so wide, shaking would be less noticeable. I also grabbed a quick clip with my Canon RP, which is a fairly inexpensive full-frame camera from Canon, and it shoots 4K. And so I put the Sigma lens on it, and it actually looks pretty nice. It's not as sharp as the Fuji, but the baked in colors, I put it on the neutral look preset, and it was pretty good. I was pretty impressed with that. The file size is much larger than the other Canon, so if you are looking at like budget cameras, the RP definitely can get you better quality than the SL2, which should be no surprise. All right, so I think that's all my thoughts on that. Yeah, take care.